What's up again, everybody? Today we have a fun video because today we're going to talk about some really cool metal tokens that I got my hands on recently. In fact, these were actually made by a friend of mine who runs, or I guess is part of, I should say. He is part of a team here locally of Flesh and Blood players. And so these are all Flesh and Blood metal tokens, and they are really cool. He came over to my house and we were talking a little bit, and he's like, hey, I got something for you. And first of all, he gave me this really cool playmat that they had art designed for. This is Cold Foil Control. This is a team that is local to me, and they do this at like major events. By the way, I think this is really cool. They like have a piece of art done, and then they print it on a card like this, and they give it to people they play. They also have like playmats done, and they play on the playmats. It's actually really cool. I have a couple of their playmats as well that are, you know, not the Prism related art. He also gave me one of these cool Prism Sculptor of Arclight altars that they had done with like rainbow foiling, like the mirror foil, which is kind of fun. I think they're going to give some of these out just for fun. Not in any way, shape, or form affiliated with Flesh and Blood or Legend Story Studios. They just like doing stuff like this where they like get custom art done for like a hero people love, and then they hand them out. But he came over and he gave me all this stuff, and he was like, dude, check this out. And he showed me these resource tokens, which are, by the way, just very cool. He's like, I had like a bunch of these made because he was looking for him to get his hands on a set of like really hefty tokens that felt substantial and felt like coins. And so he designed them and had a designer make them and pump them through like a company that made these. And he was like, look, they had me order like a bunch of these coins in order for it to be cost effective. So, you know, I thought I might as well put them in little packs and see if anyone wanted to get their hands on them. And I was like, dude, give me a few of these. Let's show them to everyone. So here they are. These are a few of the tokens that he had designed. And he gave me this pack. And inside this pack there are more. So let's open and see what kinds of tokens we have. Now, I messed around with these resource ones. I didn't actually use any of these, so let's take them out and take a look. Oh, there's even like a little card, which is very kind. Cool. Oh, look at this one. I like this one. Look. Oh, he's got his own little logo on it. That's fun. He's a cool dude. He's got a little, give me a little bag. Look at these cool looking tokens. Oh my god, look at these rune chant tokens. Those are sick. Those look awesome. Okay, so he's got this little card here, this little envelope, and he's stapled a couple of these tokens for us to take a look at all of these designs that he's made. So let's take them all off and peer into the looking glass. By the way, this is a cool little card thing. Just have a couple of these printed on cardstock and staple them together or something like that. I can't help but want to look at these rune chant tokens. If you didn't know, the very first like real competitive blitz deck that I wanted to build and then subsequently like just jammed a bunch of games of was the old school OTK Viserai, where you just literally tried to build as many rune chants as you possibly could. These are absolutely incredible feeling. So the nice thing about this, well, first of all, it's got a 5 and a 10 on either side, but they're hefty, but not overly so. They weigh more than like a coin. Like you can tell they're way thicker than like a quarter or anything like that. So they have more heft and more weight than a quarter, but it's not to the point where it's like, geez, that's ridiculous. It's like a good balance point. Like I can compare, I have, let's see, this is going to be kind of random. Old school, like I opened some starter sets. I have some of these old, you know, these MetaZoo coins. I opened a couple of these little starter boxes. These things feel like the kind of coins that you would get out of one of those coin machines at an old arcade. They're kind of light, you know, they're worthless in that respect, as far as like when you get one of these from a token like machine, you're like, cool, I got to use that to play a video game. This thing feels, well, not that way. It feels sturdy, and that is beautiful looking too. That's a really pretty 5 and 10, and it has a, did he have a 1 as well? Oh, look, they're right here. They are separated, 1 and 2 as well, which is pretty cool. These are fantastic. I would definitely use these. Now that Viserai is unfortunately rotated, from Blitz. I guess I have to use them in Classic Constructed, which is still totally viable. But man, those are fantastic looking. The colors really pop. But overall, as far as these are concerned, I love those. I love those colors. Those feel really good too. He was telling me, he was like, I wanted some tokens for myself that felt premium and they felt kind of upscale. That didn't just feel like 3D printed plastic, because he said he was using some of the 3D printed like plastic ones. I actually used some 3D printed ones myself. And he was like, they were fine, but I wanted something that felt, I think he even said he wanted something that felt truly mechanologist, which means we should look at these mechanologist steam counter tokens, which look really cool. Let's get them out of the packaging. He said he was originally designing these for these, actually, so it's probably, I should have started with these. What was I thinking? But that looks really cool. He even had like some of the similar characteristic gear designs punched out onto these. Oh man, I could definitely see these just being like easy flip over use. I will say this, like, he put these together and they feel good. They look really good as well. I'm very positive about all of these. My one question, and actually we'll do a test. My one question is this: is this too heavy? Where like if I just chuck one of these on there, it's gonna like leave a mark. So the card overall looks pretty good. Yeah, looks pretty good. So if I just chuck one of these on there, like from a side, like that's my only thought when I first saw these. Does the edge of these, is there ever gonna be like a mark left on like a card? Because for me, and I'll show you, geez, if I could focus. I mean, it looks fine. Doesn't look like there's any damage. For me, when I'm playing, like, let's just say pitch is over here. When I'm playing, I will oftentimes just toss, like, my resource counter on the side thing here, and then I'll just flip it from there. Like, I'll just turn it over when I pay, and then take it off from there, toss it back on when I have to pitch and do other stuff. So, like, this was my one trepidation. That's why I use the 3D printed ones, like the plastic ones, religiously. Because I'm always just like throwing them on there. But I mean, I guess first of all, I don't see any big real wear, and I would imagine that probably wouldn't be the case. But at the same time, just doing that, I mean, I could just set it down, which is probably way better. He told me as well. I think he gave me a few of the extra ones. He said that there's, you know, I'll probably pull those out. There are some -1s for like blocks and things, and then when something breaks, you just turn it over. That's pretty cool. So if this were like equipment, let's just pretend that's a piece of equipment. You can -1 your equipment and then turn it over the second time for the second block and it breaks. That's a pretty cool feature. I like this silver color. He actually did, hold on. He gave me these other ones. What other colors did he give me? I think he gave me a couple of those specific ones and other colors. Whoa, yeah, check this out. Look at this. He gave a purple one that's like really cool looking. Purple and like that gunmetal gray look. These are awesome, man. To take the time to like design these and have these like custom made, it's pretty cool. And you can actually buy these if you want. You can buy these. He told me that anyone that leaves a comment, I can pick someone. And if you go to Pro Tour, you can walk up to him and he will give you a set of these. So if there's like one of these that you want, then he'll just basically like hook you up with a set. Basically like a giveaway. He's going to do a giveaway. I guess technically we're going to do a giveaway. That black with like that silver, that looks pretty cool. I like that one. So yeah, he gave all these over to me so that we can kind of divvy them out. I think my favorite one is this one. I think that one just looks coolest. That is a cool looking token. Man, these are really interesting. I am going to bring these with me to Pro Tour as well. And in fact, later this week, I'm making a video of what decks and what things I'm bringing to Pro Tour. If you are packing for your own Pro Tour trip, your own journey, and you want to know what I'm packing, how I'm packing, that sort of thing, you can take a look. These will be in that video as well. But I figure if you are going to Pro Tour, if you want to pick some of these up, he's going to be at Pro Tour with a bunch of these. So if you buy some, like, I guess now, then you can pick them up at the Pro Tour. That is fantastic. These look really cool. I think if it were me, though, I am most partial to these Runechant tokens. They feel like real Runechants, and I know because I don't actually know. I don't have anything to do with Runechants, but those feel really good. They look really cool, and I do think that out of all of these, I will of course use the resource counters most, and they may just end up replacing the little plastic ones in my box of just resource counters, because I like that they have the 1 and the 2 on both sides like my other ones do, and they feel really solid. So these are pretty cool. If you want to check out, by the way, if you want to check these out, leaning down, you can go to Fab Metal Tokens, Metal Fab Tokens, and he's got a website up, and he has a Facebook page as well. So you can actually pick up a couple of these sets and then grab them from the Pro Tour, because he's going to be at the Pro Tour hanging out playing games as well. Very, very cool. And it's another way to support a literal player of the game who just wanted a token that he really loved, and now you can get one too. So if you want to support someone that's not like a nameless, faceless company, and you instead want to support like someone that's part of a like flesh and blood competitive team that actively goes out and plays games and makes like things for the game, this is a fantastic way to do that. So I should just definitely highly recommend that you check out the website and see what he's got. Check out his wares. He's peddling his knickknacks. That's weird. If you enjoyed this video, you could be the person that makes the number above me hit that milestone number. That would be pretty cool. If you were that person, how good would that feel? I don't know. Tell me in a comment below. As always, thanks for watching.